Up here in the top right side of the map, guys, we've got Liquid's Clem, and he's playing Solar again. That's right, I'm going to make sure I upload these in the correct order, because this is played right after, about a day after the other match that we just cast. So we cast a Clem versus Solar Warty Mondays match, which you guys would have seen on my channel as the most recent or upload between those two at least. I'm not sure if I'm uploading these back to back or with a day or two between. But essentially, that was a really good series. I'm not going to spoil it if you guys haven't watched it. You have 5 seconds to close this video and go look at my channel videos, go watch the other match. And you've had a chance to go, people watching on YouTube. Okay, now let's spoil the previous match. Solar dominated Clem. He tried to do a lot of double gas aggression, so 1 Rax expand, takes the second gas instead of the third command center, rushes Hellion Banshee, gets in there, tried a really early Hellbat timing attack. Solar slapped it down. I've talked about Solar being the best purely defensive Zerg in ZVT out of anyone in the world. Better than Serral, better than Raynor. People always get mad when I say that, and I go, dude, I've already put very strict restrictions. I said purely defensive and in this one matchup. He's a very good player. He's still top 5 in the world, top 3 Zerg in any matchup, any situation, pretty much. But especially, definitely top 5, any matchup, any situation, I'd say, for Zerg. But in this matchup, when it just comes to straight up defending, he is a king. He's so good at it. And that is why I wonder now if Clem is just too afraid to play double gas aggro builds and he just goes back to 3 command center, maybe even does 3cc into 2 barracks, where he goes straight to the Marine medevac stage, because the aggression did not work out for him last time. I would love to see Clem double down. Drop a factory, take a second gas, and say, I can beat you with this aggression. Because these maps have spread out third bases, plenty of attack avenues for Hellions to try to sneak in. It is really hard for the players to defend. I also wouldn't mind him sneaking in a Liberator rather than a Banshee once in a while, just to see if the Zergs are sleeping on that defense. But now he's going back to 3 command center. We were saying at the end of that last cast, Solar, you got to let him win sometimes with these aggressive builds. Otherwise, he's just going to play 3cc every game and make ZVT kind of boring to watch. Unfortunately, Solar slapped Clem so hard in that last series that Clem has given up on the really fun aggro style that he's been playing recently. And he's going back to playing very basic. Yeah. Hey Pig, WTF is a partner anniversary. Oh yeah, so apparently Twitch thinks it's a big deal when they start giving you money. So this is like by default turned on. I forgot to turn it off in my Twitch settings, and I can't turn it off till I'm not live today. So everyone who joins my chat today, it's like, it's Pig's partner anniversary. Do you guys want to congratulate him? And it gives you like a really genuine auto-filled message you guys can click yes on and click send. And then it'll be like, congrats on your partner anniversary. And it has like a generic like birthday emote. I really care about this, guys, as someone who's been streaming on Twitch for 11 years. You know, if I think about like days that matter, loved ones' birthdays, marriage anniversaries, all that sort of stuff, Remembrance Day, whatever. I think right up there with that is the day Twitch decided to pay me for the ads and subs that I got on their platform. It's exciting. I don't know, man. Twitch culture's weird. I think for a lot of people who do have to slowly work their way up from no audience, it is a big thing early on, but obviously I've been on the platform since before it was called Twitch TV. It's not a big deal for me. It doesn't really matter. But anyways, let's talk about the commentary, guys. It's Hellion Banshee off 3cc. Clem has been sent back to the basic version. There's a lot of people out there who try to become content creators online, and then there's people like me who just like get obsessed with the game, happen to be there at the right time to get an audience without really trying that hard to get one. Not something that is easily replicated. We just, you know, it's not like it's a huge audience either. We just have a small hardcore of people that love real-time strategy games, and so they're like, how did you do it? And I'm like, well, I played a lot of StarCraft, and they used to give you partnership if you literally just asked them. And especially if you were involved in the pro StarCraft scene, since that's what Twitch TV was built for originally. It was pro StarCraft commentary and streaming. One creep tumor does go down. Hellion Banshee's going to pull back. Second and third barracks do go down. Very just straightforward, chilled out opening here for Clem, but he hasn't done any direct damage. Solar's economy does not look great. 43 workers? He's trying to do a rogue. So he's trying to pretend he's playing Ling Queen, which he actually is, and go up to 7 queens, about 20, 30 Zerglings. Dude, this Ling run by could murder, though. Oh, this Ling run by could murder. It might be worth being this low on economy. This is huge. The Lings are going to get inside. Oh, he's going to go straight into that main. Okay, he's going to go for Stim with some of the Zerglings. The other ones are going to go for the Marines and the SCVs. He does change targets off the Stim. He wants to deal with as many of these SCVs as possible. Great fight here for Solar. But dude, Clem's SCV micro is unconscionable. Look at how many SCVs were damaged, but he kept pulling them away so they would de-aggro. The Zerglings on attack move will only target other units that are attacking. Dude, that's crazy. Only 5. I mean, still, I think it's worth because it pulls him home, and he's going for a Ravager Ling all-in, which is now going to come across the map, but the Banshee's going to see it straight away. Oh, he does have a Queen drop with it. Okay, so it's a Ravager Ling Queen drop all-in. Not a bad all-in. Okay, but he's going to have to drop Queens already. Overlord speed. So, did he cancel that? Guys, did he accidentally cancel Overlord speed, or was it just late this whole time? Oh my god, he either accidentally canceled it, or he just forgot to start it. Oh no, now he goes double Evo! Oh, this game's a hot mess for Solar, guys. This is not the start to the series he needed. I love that he's mixing up his strategies from the last series, but this is not it. The Marines will easily defend these Zerglings. Yes, a few Marines go down, but that's fine. He doesn't care, because this is not even a committed Roach attack anymore. He's going to drone up and go Infestation Pit. Clem is ahead on workers. Has 2 Banshees to defend any sorts of Roaches that come without the Queens. And Solar, man, forgetting the Overlord. I think if he hit with Overlord speed, this would be really hard for Clem to stop. I don't know if the bunkers would have even come up in time. But Solar really having a sloppy start, unfortunately, and trying to pull off a big surprise attack. I think the Ling's getting in should have set him up well for it, but of course not having Overlord speed really ruins your ability to get those units where they need to be. Hellions are going to pick off 5 or 6 drones. Oh, last volley didn't do anything. Banshees fly through the middle there. One of them is out of energy, but he's gone past the Queens. The Queen drop's chasing him. Of course, he should know that's hot in his tail. And he's about to lose at least one of these. But wait, why'd the Overlord turn around? Okay, he does get one of the Banshees. Not too bad. Ooh. Fuyo. Okay, Marine tank's coming forward now. He should unsiege that tank and bring it. I think he can go for a push. Stim's done. 1-1's finished. Shields is almost done. Oh my god, look at the tank rally, guys. This building placement is disgusting. Look at the path the tank has to take to get out of the base. And now he's going to block it with another... Dude, look at this path. He's basically 1 siege tank behind constantly because his tank has to take 20 seconds to get outside of the main base. That's awful. Banshee's going to go down. I think Clem's far enough ahead. It might not even matter. The scenic route siege tank round. He's building an F1 track inside his main base, I guess. The Marines are going to try and get in. The tank's in a pretty good spot. Roach Ravager, can it defend this? No 1-1 finished for Zerg. That 1-1 advantage is massive. Only gets 2 biles on the tank. Solar just GG is out. He says, I am done with this. We need to check. Did he forget that Overlord speed, guys? Or did he cancel it? I'm so confused. So initially, it looked like he was just doing a standard build. And you're going to see him pivot away from that at about this point, where he kind of stops droning soon. And he goes for like a Roach Horn and 2 gases, right? He goes Lair, 2nd gas. Kind of looks like a Mutalist build. But then he builds a few Spores. And then he goes Roach Horn. So it's 2 gas Lair. 3rd gas goes up in the main. He does drone pretty high here. He saw 2nd and 3rd barracks. He knows it's a pretty standard build. So he's like, look, I'll defend with Queens, do a big Ling Flood, and then we'll make Overlord speed and go with a drop, right? And you need a lair to morph a Drop-a-Lord. But basically, with this build, you're meant to make the lair, and when the lair's like maybe halfway done, basically this 100 gas is normally thrown into Overlord speed. But because Solar's quite late into his 2nd and 3rd gas, like his 3rd gas is very late, if he makes Overlord speed now, he can't afford any Roaches, right? So, I mean, I don't know which one you go for first, Roaches or Overlord speed. I feel like Roaches first, then Overlord speed, but maybe you just do Overlord speed, then Roaches. Point being, he doesn't really have the money for both. And then his Roach Horn finishes, and he's like, okay, cool, Lings are running in. Let's build Roaches behind this. And you're going to see, he just built 2, 8 more lava popped out. Makes 7, 9 Roaches, spends most of his gas on it. Goes, okay, 10. So he's queuing up 11 roaches. Lings are doing damage, keeping him busy. Would have been nice if he got stim, but even without 12 roaches, makes a drop. He's just forgot to make Overlord speed. And he just doesn't realize. And then it's only here. He goes he goes an Overseer and a Dropperlord. Wasted 50 gas on this. And only now does he go, oh, what? I don't have Overlords. Even now, he's not looking at it. So he doesn't even realize. Now he realizes, oh. Because if he goes straight away, he's hitting into what? 8 Hellions, 2 Banshees. There's 1 Marine, 1 Reaper. Maybe there'll be like 8 Marines at most. Does he even have time to get bunkers up? Probably not. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Solar. And he just tries to go back to macro now, but he's already wasted so much money on Roaches, Ravagers, Dropperlords, Overseers, things that aren't drones, and he's already in a bad spot. Good start to the series for Clem, but I gotta say, a little bit lucky for him as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Clem is up a game after a freebie in game 1. I've been so impressed with Solar's range of strategies recently, and I think on a strategic level, surprise level, that sort of strategy, fantastic. Did he mess up his execution? Did he make a little doo-doo? Yes, he did. But I love that he, you know, sometimes people go, oh, because I'm not practiced with these builds, I'm not going to do them. I'm going to do the same build and just play perfectly every game. I think it's a garbage way to play against Clem. Yes, it worked well for Solar in the last series because, you know, Clem was attacking really heavily into him, but you know Clem's probably going to pivot back to greedy 3 command center builds. Tourmaline, excuse me, was not the best map for Zerg. I also think Ruby Rock's not the best map for Zerg. These are both maps where you want to play Roach Ravager. I think Solar's an amazing Ling Bane player. I think he's decent with Roach Ravager, but I don't think he's got the depth of experience as Serral or Rainer has, where those guys played nothing but Roach Ravager openings for over a year. Serral's case, like a couple of years. He's been a big part of his EVT play against Clem, so Solar can definitely do okay with Roach Ravager, but he doesn't have the same Midas touch that he has with Ling Bane defense. We'll see what he can do. The reason you want it is the tank spots. Remember, guys, this map has a Terran map maker. Who made Ruby Rock? Does anyone know? Any map makers in the chat? I can't remember who made it, but you can always tell a Terran player by how many of these little corners there are everywhere. And you're like, oh, Terran player made this map. Like, oh, do you want tank spots literally everywhere? For TVZ where Lings can't surround them? Where only 3 or 4 Lings can attack a siege tank at a time. It's not the worst. A lot of maps have corners like this. But Ruby Rock has like 1,000 of them spread around these ridge lines, these site blockers, things which really favor the long-ranged army that can set up around these little edges. And as a result, tank pushes are very hard for Ling Bane to deal with on this map. I feel like 8 racks down the middle of the map is a nightmare. A nightmare, mate. I think Tourmaline has my favorite map feature with the crashed mothership on it. This map's not bad in that, like, you know, it's Ruby Rock, it's kind of red. It's okay. Some crystals. I also like the map where there's the Moopies in the corner trying to summon like a deity. Is it 10,000 feet? Where they've got like an altar and they're like possessing one of their friends. Oh! 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 Oh, Clem! Oh, you got a free win game 1? Now you're going to be a dummy and jump up and down a cliff. That's my move. Throwing the Reaper away for no reason. Bit of a doo-doo, man. And he's delayed his Hellions massively here to go for the 3rd command center starport 2nd gas. Finally, 2 Hellions start at 317. Oof. So, yeah, I mean, this is just, yes, this flows on from the previous series where Solar beat Clem, but it also is an entirely different thing because Clem's playing 3 CC every game, and Clem has so much experience with 3 command center. And generally speaking, I do feel like the way Maru has generally beaten Solar historically, it's 3 CC, go mines, attack everywhere. It's greed into YOLO aggression, holding nothing back, leaving nothing at home, no bunker on your 3rd, no tank on the high ground, because you're playing Solar, and the man does not do a lot of sneaky backstabs or counterattacks. And as a result, you can lean into that mid-game aggression so hard. I miss Crimson Court. I feel like that type of map deserved more time to be explored. I really like you, Sir Screamer. Cool person in the chat. I hate you for saying that. That map pool was around for way too long, and by the end of it, I was so sick of ZVT on that map. I was like, I'm done. I'm not playing another ZVT on Crimson Court. Never again. I think it's... I just played too many games against, like, the Clems and Beyonds of this world. And after 6 months on that map pool, they knew how to abuse every little feature of that map. And every weekly cup, I had to play, like, a Clem or a Beyond or a Cure on that map. And it was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, these guys are already so much better than me, but the map would just make it so much more claustrophobic. Banshee Cloak comes in. Overseer should be able to be morphed now. He's going to go Spire. Oh, it's a Spire build. You got to keep these queens alive, mate. Transfuse, transfuse. Okay. Oh, he lost a queen there. These other queens are a little bit slow to the party. But I think the Banshee died, didn't it? Yeah. It's an overcommitment for Clem, man. Throws away a Reaper now. Throws away a Banshee. Spire. About a quarter of the way done. 6 gases are up. Solar wants to take that 4th. He's got only 11 lings to stop the run by. But Clem has no way of knowing that, so running past these queens would be very scary. Is there a reason Solar doesn't do run-bys? I think he just focuses on the defense. He feels like they're low percentage. And he's like so busy doing everything on the defense already that he doesn't want to spare the units. Oh, or his focus either. Hellions roast the Zerglings. Clem with a very good drive-by. Look at that queen though. That queen is perfect. She is placed exactly in the middle of the ramp. These queens are going to get these Hellions. Oh, he moved off the ramp in order to inject, but lings are out, so he's fine. He builds 20 Zerglings here. The big problem is not only did he lose 10 drones, he was playing a slightly lower economy than normal, and his Spire gets scouted. So now, what is Clem's response? Triple Widow Mine, Marines building. You'll notice he's not building turrets. Clem will delay those turrets as long as possible, and will try to defend by either attacking himself or just having Marines in each base. I do think he should probably be building a turret in this main base pretty soon. There are 9 Mutalisks on the way. Solar stopped droning here to go 9 meters. And he's fully on gas, which means his mineral saturation is not all that. Here come the Marines. He's going to try and defend by attacking. Classic Clem. Hey, Pig, do you stream anything not StarCraft 2? Not much recently. I'm going to try to get back into it. I think I'm back in my groove right now, so I definitely feel like I'll try to squeeze some more in. Just been a lot of travel over the last few months, so I'm trying to just catch up on getting back in the zone of StarCraft. Here we go, Mutiling Bane rolling forward. Whoa. Clem's moved out. Here comes a Bane speed timing of 59 workers. Oh, he wasn't watching. He wasn't watching. The Marines stim back into the Banelings. Solar says, eat my Banelings, idiot, and smashes those Marines. Can he now overwhelm this third? Gotta be careful, the Widow Mine. Splits off with the Zerglings. Clem with the burrow on burrow micro. Oh, the Mutas do end up sniping the Widow Mine. Can he get the other ones? Yes, he can before they detonate. He has to set off a few Banes to do so, though. Is it worth committing here? He's kind of all in right now. He's down 10 workers. Solar tries to take him down, but Clem just clicks on the Banelings. Like the savage D-bag that he is, Soul has to cancel his Baneling morph. He knows it's all about the momentum. The Widow Mines, they do a little bit of friendly fire, but I think Solar is too far gone. And Clem here with a quick 2-0 lead. That Hellion run by was excellently done. If there was just a few more Zerglings and there was slightly better position, this is an entirely different game. But these Hellions just did such a good job, man. We got to give credit to these Hellions. And Solar was just being a bit too greedy. Needed just a couple of more Zerglings. If he had even 6 more Lings, this is so much harder to get back here. GG though. Great 2-0 lead here for Clem, guys. The Scout and the Spire as well. Really well played. GG's. Alright, let's keep going, guys. Clem now up 2-0. Can he seal the deal with a quick 3-0? He's going on to Mothership. Man, I don't know what Solar's doing with his map vetoes. I think these maps all suck for Zerg. Not suck, but like they're just not the best. Like I expect some of these to be played out in a series, but I don't know. I think Tourmaline, Ruby Rock, and Mothership all feel uncomfortable for me in Zerg versus Terran, and I'm so curious like which maps he's picked and why and which ones he's vetoed. I just kind of assumed like Tydo would be a Zerg pick. Republic would be a Zerg pick. I don't know how I feel about Celestial Enclave in ZVT. Because I think there's actually some really cool builds Zerg can do against Terran. I don't know if it works against Clem level opposition though. So maybe it's just Terran vetoes those two big maps, Republic and Tydo. And then you as Solar, you want to veto, I guess, White Rabbit maybe is one of his vetoes, and 10,000 feet. I actually like 10,000 feet. I imagine if I play a few games against Clem, if I sign up to some tournaments, I'll probably start to hate it. But I've been really enjoying playing against people in my own opposition on 10,000 feet. But I'm imagining those are the two vetoes Solar's gone for. And actually, there's a very good argument that both of those maps are horrid for Zerg, so fair enough. I think it's just this map pool's a little more Terran favored with like the awkward third bases and that sort of thing. Now, we haven't really seen Clem block the third bases in this series, have we? Whereas he was doing that a lot more in the first series against Solar. Block the third, get the SCV in there, even an engineering bay in one game. Pig, when's the next big LAN event for SC2? There's one in January for the Chinese scene. I don't know how big that is or how many players are going to be there. I know there's a Home Story Cup at the end of January. There's also the Bulgarian tournament, BSL, Star Zagora, announced a tournament in, I believe, May in Bulgaria. We have no idea what's going to happen. Will there be Esports World Cup? Won't there? I would assume yes, but as we saw last year, sometimes they wait till the final hour to announce StarCraft, as it does seem like Blizzard/Microsoft, from what I can tell, probably do anything they can to not support the game and not encourage tournament organizers like EWC to host the tournament. I don't know. I'm sure Blizzard Microsoft's not that bad, but I just can't imagine they're a joy to work with. So that tends to seem to get delayed. I think there's just a lot of these kind of mid-sized tournaments, you know, $10,000, $15,000 tournaments popping up all over the place. A lot of online competition as well. Oh my gosh, Baneling Nest. Dude, he's doing a Bane bust. Solar's had enough. He's like, I'm getting bullied, this sucks. And he's gonna snap. I always think of that one video of that fat redhead kid picking up that little crap that's bullying him and then slamming him. You're doing the full wrestler move on the concrete. And the little rat kid that was bullying him, like looking semi-concussed afterwards. Is this gonna be that moment for Solar? Dude, the Reaper, he didn't even stop the Reaper from jumping in. Oh, Solar's really not doing this well. And now the Lings get spotted coming across the map. This has been scouted miles ahead. Oh, I really don't think Solar hid this very well. Then again, third command center on location towards the Zerg player. You could not be any greedier. But you know what? He doesn't know how many Lings there are. Clem thinks it's just a handful of Lings. He doesn't realize it's a full Bane bust, bro. Bro, this is a full Bane bust, mother trucker. Oh, Clem was too greedy. Solar may not have hidden that he was building Zerglings, but he didn't show the full Ling count, and Clem underestimated him. That being said, his Hellion Reaper Micro is kind of insane. He's killing so many Zerglings with these units. Oh, he lets the Lings in the main, though. I don't know if he's lost any Hellions yet, guys. Hellion's going to try to drive behind the mineral line. The SCVs are going to body block. Oh, brilliant Micro for Clem. He's going to repair up that Hellion as well. These other Hellions, though, are going to get exposed by these Lings. He's got a few Marines. He's got to raise the wall. Get the wall up. He does manage to get it up. Reactor's going to go down, as will the two depots. The Lings are potentially in, but I think he's got time to re-wall here. Then again, he doesn't want to lose the mining. His third base finished. He could always lift that. He's going to wall the left side. The right side is right now wide open. Two SCVs go down in the third. Solar's all in, guys. This is a 23 drone all in. He can't transition off this. More Banelings are morphing. Yes, two Hellions and a Reaper try to move to the third, but they just surrounded themselves. Big mistake. Big mistake, and he pays the big price. Two Hellions and a Reaper going down. Clem too cocky. He still hasn't walled off his base. He didn't re-wall. Oh no, he's going to have to try and hold the choke with the Marines. They, of course, get blown up by Banelings. Banelings are in the mineral line. Clem, he's up 7 workers, but he's been too greedy. The Drilly Boys spread. Scatter, 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 scatter. Don't clump, don't clump, don't clump. Oh god. He's playing it like it's a ZVZ right now, spreading your drones against the enemy Banelings, but the Lings are picking off so many. 20 workers go down. The Lings are having a ball. Baneling finds the center of 5 SCVs there. 24 workers down. Clem is getting hammered by this Ling Bane attack, and yet it is not over yet. because this is an all-in from Solar. He needs to do catastrophic damage to make this worthwhile. That being said, Clem's building SCVs right now. I don't know if that's the right call. I think he's got to get back to mining right now, but he's so broke. Lings come in. Hellions getting surrounded. Lings going for the surround of the SCVs. Pulls back from the ramp, though. Dude, this is so scary right now. Clem hanging on by just the edge of survival right now. The Marines getting blocked by the Hellions. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. The Hellions getting blocked by the Marines, I should say. He's going to try to pull back here. The Hellions trying to micro with the Marines. The Marines have stim. What the hell? They have stim. He's got 3 stim Marines. Stim pack finished at some point. I don't think he even realized. He drops a mule there to try and block the units going in. That does not work at all, guys. That's about as useful as a nothing. And Solar is inside the base. Only a 3-worker advantage, though. There is still a Hellion out. He's only able to build them one at a time. That reactor going down has been a disaster. Solar could potentially drone up out of this now, but against 3 orbitals, he doesn't want to give Clem that chance to rebuild. He wants to just go, 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 go! Up to 45 workers killed total, and I think that's it. There was just no firepower there for Clem, and he didn't want to give up the mining. The Baneling finds another one. 55 total workers killed. And Clem has to tap out. Oh, you know what he's going to regret? He actually held early so well. But it was after he held the first wave. And then he sent the 2 Reaper Hellion. This was such a crucial mistake. This is such a big mistake. Because if he has 4 Hellions and a Reaper together, he's one-shotting Zerglings, he's one-shotting Banelings. He can just clear these units and then go to the 3rd. He can cancel the orbital and lift. Like, he does not need to protect this. There's nothing exposed there. The SCVs are already dead. But getting these units trapped took away his lethality. Also, his Marines are all at the front. His Marines should not be at the front. His Marines should be standing here. Imagine if his Marines were here firing every time the Ling Bane kept running up this ramp and through this choke point. He also should have either moved the barracks forward to seal the wall or had an SCV here ready to wall off with a depot or something. He absolutely could have survived if he didn't get these guys surrounded. But getting them surrounded there ended up giving Solar enough momentum to finish it off. Because right now, he's miles ahead economically if he can stabilize. GG, well played, though. Solar gets the win. All right, guys. Clem's still up 2-1, but they're getting overwhelmed, being a bit too greedy, driving those Hellions outside of the base. And really good Ling splitting up for Falcon Solar down here on the bottom right side. I really am hoping Solar can bring this one back. And if he wins even this map, it'd be huge. But if he could reversal from down 0-2 against Clem, I would love a stats man to go look that up, guys. When was the last time someone won 3 games in a row and made a full reversal from down 0-2 against Clem? Because that would be some serious magic. Speaking of serious magic, this is actually my first time noticing that there's like a kind of, these are like magic vines, I guess. They've got like some purple aura around them. It's kind of cool, man. I didn't even realize that effect till now. Whoa, what is this? What is this? Clem's going 2 Barracks Reaper, I think. But then a proxy hatch comes in. Hatchery first in his natural? What is this? Is this good? It's a hatch gas pool in his opponent's natural. But because the SCVs have been pulled, I think Solar has to drone now. Even if he was planning to go Roaches or something, or Queen Ling, he now just has to commit to an expand pretty quickly here. So I think he goes up. I think he stops droning now. Maybe builds 1 more for the gas. Yeah, okay, builds 1 more for the gas. Honestly, I think he should just rally that drone to his natural and build a hatchery right now. Dude, so, you're not actually... The hatchery's dead. You can't one-base this. You have to expand. Okay, phew. I was like, dude, if he doesn't take the expansion and tries to commit to a hatchery that's dying, that would be bad. But this is good. Hatchery goes down. It's a lot of lost mining time for Clem. He even pulls 2 more SCVs because he doesn't want his Reaper to stay at home. He wants to send the Reaper immediately across the map to try and punish this commitment. Second depot goes down in the wall off, so he pulls the extra SCV. Surely Solar cancels. What? Mad Dog Solar lets that hatchery finish. Gives up the 207 minerals that he would have got if he cancelled it. So he can build a few Zerglings and also get the creep here to delay that command center being taken. Clem should probably just build it on the high ground and float it down, I would imagine. Yeah, he's going to build it up here. Okay, so he's going to try and attack this. The Reaper has to stay at home now because of these eggs. 2 Zerglings are out. Broodlings are chasing the Marine. Marine tries to run away. Broodlings do expire that. And the Reaper should be able to deal with these 2 Zerglings. Solar canceled the other 2 Zerglings. Good choice. Good choice. So he's kept the Reaper at home now. He's got Link Speed on the way, and he's building a few more Zerglings. Now, there is a wall off here, right? Factory barracks. But Solar should realize this wall-off is very weak to Baneling busts and Ravagerling. Incredibly weak, especially with this part of the wall-off. Looks super dodgy. Oh, man. It's going to be tempting to all in again, but he's not mining gas right now, just Zerglings. And that's still not closed. There's still a diagonal there. He still needs to put a building here to seal the deal. Reaper hops in, sees drones coming out, which tells him it is an economic follow-up. There's no Zerglings at home. They are all on the other side of the map. They're going to try to run in right now. He can run through that opening. The Marines run out of the wall. The Zerglings didn't want to commit there. Maybe showing his hand a bit too early with the Zerglings. I mean, these Lings still could just walk in this base. Clem, what are we doing, mate? He just left the door wide open. Clem, pants around his ankles. He leaves his shotgun in camp, goes to take a poo, and Solar, like a bear who stumbled across a very, very confusing situation, says, I want to swipe this to death. The Zerglings are going to go very well. 5 SCVs, good SCV micro, but still entirely unnecessary 5 SCVs that all Clem needed to do was either hold position the Marines in the choke point to buy a bit of time or have an extra depot building. But he was so greedy there. That cost him 5 SCVs. And Solar might have a good setup for an economic game now, maybe. Because he committed a lot early on. Like, he needed some damage. He finds something. He is up 7 workers. If he can now drone towards his third without taking any follow-up damage and have the command center here, that's big. Problem, Cyclone. This is going to be a Overlord hunting squad. So the question is, can Clem find this Overlord? First of all, he doesn't know it's there. Okay, that's really good. And Solar's pulled his other Overlords pretty far back, so it's only really this one that's standing out. He's hoping to catch an Overlord here, an Overlord here. I often criticize Solar for not putting his Overlords very far out on the map and having a bit less vision than most Zergs, but part of the reason he does it is so he's safe against this sort of thing. You can get a few creep tumors, but that's about it. Nice defense so far for Solar. His Overlord's going to sacrifice forward, sees the third command center has just started at 5 minutes, gives him a good idea of where their economies are relationally to each other. This is really cool. Pig, can you explain water science to me? It's 32 degrees Celsius today, but the water is cold. That's what you get for going to Bondi. I went to Chinaman's Beach yesterday in Mossman, dude. The water was actually so nice. Because it's a more of a protected inlet with shallow water without many, like, it doesn't really have waves. So the water there actually heats up really fast. Like, it was really nice there yesterday. I was surprised because normally it's not until late January when we get warm water here in Sydney. Oh, Queen does go down. Nice snipe on the Queen. Hellions joining in. Clem wants to get aggro. Clem's playing mech. Clem's got an armory on the way. He might be playing mech after this. He doesn't have to, but he's definitely looking at a Hellbat timing. Banshee comes in the right side. Zergling's starting to get picked off. Hellion Marine coming in the natural. There are a few roaches and things waddling out, though. Solar, hold the line, mate. He's only ahead 2 workers. Solar needs to defend. Oh, he's gone Overlord speed. He's going to do the Queen drop this time. Now, does that heal, guys? I didn't think... Oh, that's an Overseer. Overseer morph does heal. I was going to say making a Dropalord doesn't heal your hit points, but that's an Overseer, so it does heal the hit points. Oh, Banshee gets snapped. He snaps the first Banshee. The second one's with the army. Hellion's trying to rotate. Clem is building a bunker. He's trying to build tanks. He's got Vikings as well. Now, the reason he's got Vikings is he realizes the best way he can defend this is if he can shoot down the Overlord with the Queens inside, then maybe his Banshee can save the day. Hellion's getting a good trade. Clem wants to distract the Lings from the frontal push, but that means he doesn't have many units here at home. He's going to try and pick off some more units here as well with the Cyclone, but Solar's just going to morph a Ravager to heal that up. Nice play for Solar here. Can the Vikings snipe the Dropalord? That's the big question. I don't think they'll be able to, man. It's what he's going to try to do, though. Oh, dude, he left the door. He's still not closed the door. Oh my god, he literally just let Lings run in and surround his tank. Oh my god. I didn't realize Clem and Hero were roommates, guys. Oh my gosh. That is the most botched defense I've ever seen. I think Solo was going to kill him either way. But talk about making it easy for your opponent. Clem let his roommate Hero on the computer. Hero never sealed the door and then even left the depot down so roaches could walk in, not just Zerglings. Biles landing on the Viking on the left side. Oh, man. Solar taking Clem right to D-Town. Now, the Overseer did get sniped. He's got to bring a new one, which will make its way across the map. I think the Queen's going to die by then, which means he will eventually defend with, what, a tank and a medevac on red hit points and a Banshee. But look at that. The mule's going down is huge. The bunker is getting taken down as well. This is so much damage for Solar. I can't believe he never walled this off, man. Chat says Clem never plays orange. That's true. Did he let like a Dutch guy play on his computer? Is this Harstem? Is this Harstem off racing? Is that his way of announcing to us? Maybe. Bio's not quite able to land. Link's going after the tanks. 2 tanks in a medevac and 1 Banshee with a dream. The Banshee has 23 kills. 2 tanks get behind the mineral line. They are both so low on hit points. Dude, this micro is hilarious for Clem. Desperately trying to survive. And actually, is he going to? Spy is almost done, which is perfect as a next step. Clem survives. He's down 18 workers, and with 6 gas fire coming in, these mutas are going to be brutal, mate. Going to fly the Overlord's home. The Overseer sees everything that's going on. First 3 Mutalisks are on the way. He's going to wait for a few more lava before he can get the next ones out. Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was hero-esque. He knew the attack was coming for ages, and he just leaves his door down, doesn't seal it. Doesn't get any Marines inside the bunkers as well. Crazy, man. Crazy. Now, if Clem could bring this game back, guys, it would be one of Clem's most heroic efforts ever. It would be actually insane. Is it going to happen? Unlikely. He's got 2 factories. He has no idea about the Mutalisks. Contaminate on the starport because he knows Vikings are like the only unit that can counter his air units right now. There's no engineering base. We can't build turrets. He's building a single Cyclone. The Viking being halted in its tracks. The Mutas aren't even going to go for the SCVs. They go for the tanks. And Clem with no anti-air is forced to GG. That was ridiculous. I gotta rewatch it, guys. There's just something bizarre. There's the thing that happens. I don't know if it's a Terran player thing, but like, I think for any Terran out there has done this sort of thing before, where you're trying to be so fancy with your Hellions on the counterattack and your Cyclone Marine drop that he loses 2 Marines outside the base, comes back in, unloads, finally gets 1 Marine in the bunker. He should have had 3 Marines in the bunker. Tank goes down to the Zerglings. I mean, just it's a disaster. Clem might have been able to defend that. Maybe. If he raised that wall so the Roaches couldn't walk in, sealed it, so Lings couldn't surround. Imagine if there was a tank shelling from the start, and he's got the Vikings trying to shoot down the Overlord, and he's got 3 Marines inside the bunker. Very different fight. Either way, GG, well played. Solar ties it up 2-2. We've got a game 5, and we are the winners. All right, it's all going to come down here. A lot of people in my Twitch chat are saying, this is not Clem. What the hell? But then they saw the Clem tank micro, and they're like, okay, it probably is Clem. Yeah, no, it was wild. Orange versus blue. Solar in the bottom right. Solar making his way to game 5 on Tyto. So wait, Tyto didn't get vetoed? Guys, why did Solar not pick Tyto? This map is big. Maybe it's really good for Terran to turtle on. But I don't know, it feels like this 4th base is pretty far apart. Maybe Terran takes the middle 4th? This area is kind of scary. Like, this area is really good for Terran to push through with tanks. I just assumed because the map's big, it would be pretty good for Zerg, especially for, like, Mutalisks. And interestingly, another drone rushes across the map. Oh, he's going to proxy hatch. Oh, okay, he's doing a Ravager rush. Hatchery on 18, 17, though. It's not a quick enough hatchery. The much better build is everything on 14, in my opinion. Then again, who did Scarlet try this against at, was it Scarlet against Beyond? She tried this at Stellarfest recently. Oh, and it didn't go that well. She crushed him one game when he went 2-Rax Reaper Wall off on Maganatha, but then she got crushed when she tried like the super all-in everything on 14 version. Because Beyond, oh, I'm trying to remember what the lesson was from that game. Does anyone remember? Because we were theory crafting, and it was like, she had to do something different, but I can't remember what it was. Anyways, this is going to be a much higher economy Ravager rush by the looks of it. But only single gas. Wait, what? I mean, I love Solar's strategic flexibility, but this looks half-baked. Surely you need 2 gases, don't you, for this build? And, okay, queen at home. See, and surely a queen here as well, right? Yeah, cancels the queen at home, builds the queen on the front, now builds the queen at home, but it gets completely scouted. Now, Clem, does he try to defend the natural or the main? Main is safer, but if you defend the natural, it's lights out for the Zerg. And he's going to go for the natty. Of course, no reactor. Just keep building Marines, get them inside that bunker, and then build a backup bunker while getting a very early Cyclone out. He delays his second gas here because he knows he needs that minerals for things like the bunker. Reaper already finds these 2 Zerglings. Going after them is really good because it stops him from denying these SCVs, building the bunker in the command center. Really well played. Okay, so Roach Warren's finished. 3 Roaches are building on the front. This is not a very quick Roach pressure, so I think Solar's going to go for like 10 Ravages off of this. But I do feel like he should have taken that second gas a little bit earlier. Who knows? We'll have to find out how this unravels, and is there a transition possibility from this? Oh, wants that Reaper. Oh, so close. Doesn't quite get it. All right, 3 Ravages morphing already. As I said, backup bunker, Cyclone, and he's even got a second barracks just to make sure he has enough raw Marine numbers to try and defend. Oh. Okay, 3 Ravages, Roach Horn there as well. Oh, he's going to start picking off the depot first. That's cute. He's like, hey, not just going to attack the bunker. Reaper runs forward, tries to distract him. No attempt to even repair that for Clem. He's just building a new depot in the back of his base. Cyclone comes forward. He knows pushing this Overlord back is key. I would have liked to see him do that from the high ground. Would have been really nice. But already pushing it back is really nice for Clem. Love to see him start another depot. He's got Cyclones and Marines building. There are some slow Zergans getting mixed in here for Solar. Okay, lock on to kill a creep tumor, not too bad. 3 SCVs will quickly repair this Cyclone. Denying the creep spread, relatively important to try and make sure this defense is intact. Clem goes for another Cyclone right now. No siege tank, which means these bunkers have a lot of heavy lifting to do. Oh, the bunker number 1 goes down. Already a Reaper goes down. Doesn't get the last Marine inside this bunker, which means only 3 Marines inside. The Biles plus the Roaches volleying it. Oh, but wait, he did move command and kind of interrupted his own shots there. He's losing Roach Ravager now. Biles do come down, but he's not quite able to get through the bunker. This bunker doing heavy lifting. 3 Marines and a Cyclone come down from the high ground. The Queen goes down. Solar is all in. It does not work. And just like that, I thought it was a comeback, but it wasn't. And that gets shut down. Now, the reason I think this is a bad strategic choice in hindsight, now that I think about it, is in their previous series, I believe every single game, Clem went SCV scout after barracks. This sort of build, you're kind of hoping for your opponent to not SCV scout, because then the Reaper pops out, it goes across the map, you have an extra 30 seconds of surprise to get damage done. And you can often then deny the natural because they have to build the bunker on the high ground, pick off the depots, pick off the reactor, force them to build their buildings back. And off of just 4 Ravages, you can actually transition. You can go for a hatchery. And that's why I think you always want to build 2 Zerglings at home as well to clear the SCV. But I think you really don't want there to be an SCV scout. And I think Clem, many times in his ZVT over the last few months, it's been SCV scout almost every game in ZVT. And that's why I think a guy like Beyond, who almost never SCV scouts, is probably a much better candidate for this sort of build order. If you, I think so. I think you really want to catch him not scouting it. Either way, GG, well played. I just remembered, by the way, the lesson we got from that Scarlet game was you don't want to build the hatchery so close if you're doing the 14 supply proxy, because then when the Reaper's moving out, they see the creep, and it basically gives them early notice of what you're doing, which gives them time to survive. So you need to actually like hide your hatchery in the exact perfect place where the Reaper won't see it as it moves across the map. Yeah, GG, well played, really nicely done. Chat says SCV scouting versus Zerg's Terran is mandatory. I mean, tell that to Beyond. He will disagree. For me on the ladder, I always like to adjust to my opponents in the opposition. If I'm playing someone significantly lower than me in MMR, I will always SCV scout. But if I'm playing someone equal or better, it really depends on the player. Sometimes I just randomize it, flip a coin. Other times I'll do one or the other. But yeah, no, I mean, for a lot of players, for the longest time, they were never SCV scouting. Because no Zergs were doing pull first. No Zergs were doing proxy hatches. Basically, even Clem was never SCV scouting for quite a while. But because the Zergs are mixing in more cheeses again, some of these different build orders, you're seeing a bit more of that safety, but it's also the fact that Clem can usually block the Zerg's third base and force them to take a crappy third base or delay their third. So it's not only do I get the safety of the scout, I also can use this to really mess up most Zerg build orders on this map pool. That makes a pretty big difference. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Don't forget to check out the Patreon down below. A special thanks to everyone who's been supporting here, especially Peter Nen, Dragosar, and Ivy, our 3 conductors of the Dicktown Express. It's the fanciest train in town. Make sure you guys climb on top of it. Do we get demonetized for saying that word in the last 15 seconds of the video? I'm going to keep talking. We're going to keep talking, so it's not in the last 15 seconds. Advertiser-friendly StarCraft content. There's a Patreon link about here. Click on the description down below. Thanks everyone here for your support. We really appreciate you. See you in the next video. Goodbye and good night. Bye-bye.